Streaming, egads. I must be dreaming. Friends, it's good to see you again. It is Thursday. I'm just going to share this quickly with some music friends on the inner Google. When you have some music friends on the inner Google, we're going to do a little review today of the Gristle Master and the new Gristle 90 together and see what the sounds are like. A bead. Oh, there I am. Oh, you savage beast. I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Thank you. Share. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to share to a group. And that would be the members of the Gristle Kingdom coming on strong. I'm also going to share it over here to Koch Marshall Trio page. Post. We did it, friends. Friends, we did it. Michael Burrell, greetings to you. Craig, I see you. Roland, I see you. Lee, Paul, gang, how's it going? Michael in France. I got some new guitars coming from Wildwood, but they have not arrived yet. So I talked to Steve from Wildwood. He's like, give those Gristle Masters some love again. I said, you're damn right. So this is one that it's in Lucifer. They have almost all the colors in stock right now, except for the orange, I believe. But they even have one Axis purple. The purple is going to be no more. So if you want a purple Gristle Master, I suggest you hightail it over to wildwoodguitars.com. This color we call Lucifer, and of course you can see the delicious transparent Carina body. I've traveled quite a bit with this guitar. This is the one that goes with me on my excursions. Ooh, that's one of Drade's favorite stunts. I do like that sound. That delicious sound of the harmonic being bent from behind the nut. You will notice, folks, that I do have that's the only thing different about the guitars that I play versus the Gristle Masters that are sold, is that the Gristle Masters that are sold in stores have the Reverend's new triple string tree back here. I like to do a lot of business behind here, so I found I like to be able to have the G string untethered. So this is the old school Reverend one. That's the only difference on my guitars. And a lot of times if I get a new Gristle Master, I just literally turn the string tree around so that the G string is untethered. Can you dig it? So that it's untethered. fancy chords. That middle position on this guitar is extra special. It's got a little scoopy goodness to it. It's got a little bit more, almost like a Gretsch-like character to it. Can you dig it? So that's all first voice. I haven't got to the second voice yet. Here's the second voice. Can you dig it? Rick, Rick, here. Still sounds glorious. It's a glorious weapon. A glorious weapon is the Reverend Gristlemaster, my signature guitar that has my Fishman Fluence Gristle-tone pickups on it. Funny how that all worked out. I dig it. We miss you too. I miss you too. Wildwood Guitars. One of these days I'll get out there, doggone it. Am I right?
Guitar sounds good. Guitar sounds good. Someone asked if you could if I'm ever going to release some signature hats. Yes, all the hats I wear are available at my website at gregkoch.com. Just look under apparel and you will see all the different Gristle beanies available for your listening and dining pleasure. You know what, folks? What I wanted to do for you right now is you just heard this Gristle Master, which I worked on, of course, with our friends at Reverend, and it's available in a variety of succulent colors. Wildwood does 2 exclusive colors, a black with a exclusive neck profile that's reminiscent of the neck I have in my old Strat that I got from the Fender Custom Shop. I believe it's an October of '56 soft V neck. It's a big baseball-ish bat type of situation. So if you want a neck with a bigger profile on it, that's an exclusive Wildwood thing in black. They also do some in what we called Clockwork Orange, although I don't know if there's any of those in stock right now, but you can definitely check those out. But they're available in a Wow Red, which is kind of a Fiesta-ish red, and then there's a Pow Yellow, Pow, which is more of a powder yellow, and then, of course, as I said, this Glorious Blucifer, and then there's an Axis Purple. There is one left at Wildwood, according to what I saw before we went live. Beautiful tone hues, and there, of course, there's that 3-tone sunburst, which is magnificent. So those are all available. But you may ask yourself, because today I posted a little video with my 53 Tele today, and on Instagram, and I think it was on Facebook as well. Anywho, I love my 53 Tele, but I like it clean, because if I turn on any heat, that neck pickup starts screaming like a banshee. So this guitar is my gigging guitar. I do have 53 Tele and it sounds glorious. I'm not going to take the pickups it has out because it's a historical piece. It is what it is. But I can't really gig with it in the way that I do all my stuff with different little levels of gain and so on and so forth, or else it just can't do it. It'll start screaming like. So I just want to exemplify that for a minute. So you heard what this guitar sounds like. Clean and with heat and with the several voices. Okay, so now I'm going to plug in the 53 and let's hear what that sounds like. In comparison, you will hear that it has cool, nuancy tones, far less output for one. But I'm not gonna taint your perspective. That's
What's Mr. Bridge Pickup? Here's the middle position. Let's add a little bit of heat. So the bridge pickups, you can get away with it. As soon as I go there. The neck pickup is microphonic, but doggone it, it sounds so good clean that I'm not going to mess with it, see? So you get the idea. It sounds glorious for certain things, but when I want to do all my business, I grab sweet and robust. Gristle Master. Right? Sounds good. It's good for you, is what it is. Can't remember how it goes. When you wish upon a star, it's a Chet Atkins thing. Chet Atkins arrangement of in a very Lenny Bro-esque situation. Steven, how are you doing out there, California? Scott Allen says, any attenuation on that 50 watt amp? Well, you can have it on the 25 watt mode, or you can have it on the 50 watt mode. And there's two, on both channels, you have a volume and a gain. So you can set it so that the channels themselves are giving you a little bit of grease at low, and then you just turn the master down. I tend to keep it on the 50 watt mode no matter what, and then I'll just goose the master volume up whenever I want it, and it sounds really great at any volume, to be honest with you. So that's what you got going down there. Can you dig it? All right, now the PRF guitars are feeling neglected, Drade. Well, sometimes they need to get it to be put in their place. Am I right or am I right? Okay, so so everything you're hearing right now is on the amp. I haven't engaged any of the other stuff. So the harmonic vibrato you're hearing, which sounds like a Univibe, is on the amp. It comes stock on my Koch amplifiers, the Greg. All the gain settings you're hearing right now. So on that little machine gunny thing I was playing there in my way, here's the clean sound. First gain stage, second channel. Gain boost. And then what I do is I hit the OTS on top of that. There you go. Sounds delicious. Now, we've heard the Gristle tone pickups on this guitar, on this Gristle Master, in delicious Blucifer. Yes! I like that kind of talk, Steven. How's it going out there with that factory? I was sorry to hear about the fire out there at the the Amp Factory. Hopefully you guys are bouncing back, as I'm sure you will. Too much good stuff going on in that establishment to be held back by the forces of darkness, if you know what I'm saying. I'm going to play a little bit of this. Oh. So I haven't touched the EQ on the amp at all. So these are my new, this is the Gristle 90 set neck version with an ebony fingerboard. Still Carina body. This one is in Bradford Beach Blue. And this has got my new Fishman Gristletone P90 pickups in it. Ballpark weight or neck shape of the Gristle 90. The weights have been a little over, it's like 7.5-ish, at least the ones I've gotten. They're under 8. The Bigsby makes it a little heavier than the other ones. But it has a delicious P90s of doom. Position, I have it out of phase. You can have it either or. Here's without it out of phase. Here's with it out of phase. Here's Mr. Bridge. Can you dig it? Question out there from Philippe. He says, "Hi, Greg. Could you talk about your T-Rex pedal, the Gristle King, I saw some time ago?" Yes, the Gristle King pedal is a pedal that my buddy Tim Yarning designed for me years ago. He's designed some. I went to college with Tim. He's made some great pedals for me. The Gristle King started off as a the overdrive by itself was a pedal called the DGTM, or the Diabolical Gristle Tone Manipulator. And he had another pedal called the Luxury Drive, which was a clean boost. And at one point I said, can we combine those two together? And so we did, and that was the Gristle King. And we had a few different iterations that we had that were sold. We sold them through my website, through Tim's website. Some stores dealt with them. And then we did a deal with T-Rex for a very short period of time, relatively short period of time. And they made the Gristle King, they made the DGTM, and they also made the Luxury Drive. And then that relationship ended. And then we took it back. We did some minor tweaks, and that became the Gristle King version 3. And now at this point in time, Fishman manufactures them for us, and I sell signed versions through my website. And we've got quantity of them now, which is nice, because before we always were waiting for Tim. Poor Tim, he works a day job and comes home and is strapped to his workbench in the basement making these damn pedals. So now we've worked on a way where we have them produced at a little larger scale. So I do have them available through my website. Can you dig it? And these pickups are now available as a standalone thing as well. I have those in that Lester Paulfus back here as well. It sounds bold and dirty. Donald says, ooh, I like that Reverend Dark Blue with the bound neck. Is it possible to get a matching painted headstock? Not at this point, Daniel. It's got the black headstock. There are 3 colors available, actually 4 technically, because this color was actually an error, but it's a happy accident. So the first few batches of these guitars in Bradford Beach Blue, then after that it's going to be Tosa Turquoise, which is a color that if you've seen these broadcasts before, of which there are 4 a week, usually 5, going back to April of 2020. You will see those 2 different hues, and then there's also a Venetian gold and then a black. So, and I think Wildwood is going to have quantities of all 3 in the very near future. Does the guitar have to be charged to play? It does, John. There is a mini USB right here that you plug in for an 1.5-hour charge. You get 300 hours of plugged-in playing time. So I unplug my guitars just because I don't want to be unnecessarily juicing the guitar. But 300 hours is a long time, and it's not 300 hours from when you charge it. It's 300 hours of plugged-in playing time. I've never been stranded without power. You could, in a pinch, plug it in and play it if you needed to. It's never happened to me, and I've been using Fluence pickups with this kind of technology and charging apparatus for about 10 years. So there you have it. Right. If you want a matching headstock, get the black one. I see what you did there. I see what you did. Venetian gold. As the scrolls foretold, you are correct, Atom Bomb. Thanks, Greg. I got the black one on the way. You nailed it with this one. Well, thank you, John. I'm glad you dig it. I'm glad you dig it. I'm glad you dig it. It rocks like a warrior of the night. And so will you. Rock like a warrior of the night with the Gristle 90 in your mitts. It's nice as you can leave the amp on pretty juicy as far as the gain and turn the volume down and still gets these. Sounds good. The next shape on this one, I would say, is it's just a nice C shape. It's not massive. If I had to, it's more of a 58 than a 59, I would say, as far as necks are concerned. I would say it's a medium C. Does that sound good? Have I ever tried a fanned fret guitar? I have, Josh. They're cool. It's a very cool thing. I've never done a gig with one. I've just kind of noodled around on one. It seemed very comfy and was easy to let the good times roll with. So it was all good. Can you dig it? Will you dig it? Questions out there, don't be afraid. I will have a new guitar in my midst here from our friends at Wildwood. They send me a few guitars every week or so. And I was on a little vacation last week, as you may know. I had a couple of the videos pre-recorded. but I've returned, and there is guitars on their way to me. So we thought it would be fun to just do a little recap of the Gristle 90, which has just been released, and the initial quantity was zapped up, and then, you know, during COVID here, even though it's still, you know, on the tail end of it, the supply chain issues all over the place are diabolical. So trying to get stuff in a timely fashion is difficult. So there's a whole new batch coming of these guitars, and I believe Wildwood is going to have them, should have them in stock ASAP. They definitely have versions of the Gristle Master, which of course is delicious. Robert asks, is that gold top one of yours, Greg, or is it a loaner? It's hard to say. I did not, Fishman outfitted it with the pickups and sent it to me. So let's just say that it's here. Can you dig it? And it's a cool guitar. It's a USA Gibson original, as they show, the original series 50s Les Paul. There you go. Robert says, after Restaurant Critic, is there a better gig than a guitar reviewer? You know, it's an odd thing. I would have never guessed in a million years that I would end up doing this, but I got to tell you, I never get up every day and say, oh God, I got to go do that. I just like playing guitar myself. So be able to sit and play fun guitars and, you know, get good sounds out of them, hopefully, and you know, show them people how they sound and can be utilized. And if that excites them to buy it, then all the better for everybody. So it's a lot of fun. I'm going to tell you that right now. I do not complain at all. Yes, that's what they say, David. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Yes. Hey, everybody. What's going on? She Studios in the house. Sheila. Drade, have you ever played a Picasso mini bow for acoustic guitar? I have not. That sounds interesting, though. I'm going to put P90s in a cheap Strat I got. That could be very cool. That could be very cool. What's the status of that gold? Well, I don't know. Of the gold of this one? They should be in stock soon. Will I be at the Oshkosh Jazz Fest this year? Well, I certainly have not been contacted, or nor my agent. So I'm going to say no to that. Oh, on the gold amp. I'm sorry. As a matter of fact, I did hear from the Koch amplifier people, and again, speaking to the supply chain issues, they have the cabinets made for this one. Will be coming before the Greg Jr. The Greg Jr. is like a lesser feature-oriented version of this amp. So it'll have a single 12 as opposed to the two 10s. It'll have the two channels with channel volumes and a nice reverb, but it won't have the OTS feature. It won't have the harmonic vibrato, and it won't have the real dialable reverb. It'll just have a nice reverb with a single control on it. This little rascal here, which we're calling the Little Gristle, the cabinets have been made. They're just waiting on some hardware to come in to finish the construction on them. And so that will be available sooner. And that will be it's a 12-watt amplifier. It comes with one EL34. It's got a volume, a gain, a little boost feature, a single tone control, and reverb on it. And it should be selling for about $1,000 or under $1,000 from what I understand. There you have it. Well, listen, folks, thank you so much for tuning in today. I will see you very, very soon with another guitar from Wildwood. Well, I'll see you next Tuesday. I will be back tomorrow for our Fishman friends at 4 p.m. Central Time. So thanks so much for tuning in. Again, if you're interested in any of these instruments, you know where to go, to our friends at Wildwood Guitars, wildwoodguitars.com. All right, folks, we'll see you later.